NATO warplanes are stepping up strikes against targets in Tripoli. 130 sorties were flown on Friday alone. Meanwhile, the country's former second-in-command, Abdel Salam Jaloud, is said to be on his way to Italy, and Libya's oil minister is reportedly in Tunisia instead of returning home after a trip abroad. Under the Allied air umbrella, rebel forces continue to advance on Tripoli. They say they're now taken, or rather they have now taken, most of Zawiya to the west and all of Brega to the east. CNN's Sarah Seidner has more on the rebel offensive.
Just a 40-minute drive from Tripoli, rebels battled their way closer to the capital. This is the city of Zawiya. On this day, even if you couldn't see the firefight close up, you could hear its deafening sounds reverberating from the eastern part of the city.
So it's just getting too close. There are snipers on the tops of buildings. There's loud bangs. There's artillery fire. There are mortars. So we've got to get out of here.
Despite the major battle going on around him, a rebel fighter who did not want to be identified to protect his family was confident of victory.
Considering the fighting is so fierce here in Zawiya, how long do you think before you're able to push into Tripoli?
Hopefully, inshallah, a couple of days.
A couple of days?
A couple of days or 1 week, maybe.
Okay. You think it's going to be that soon?
I think so, because we are in control in 80% of Zawiya.
But to push forward, they need to secure the whole city, where Gaddafi's army is doing everything it can to keep hold of this strategically important town.
Why is Zawiya so important?
Because of oil factory.
Zawiya has one of the last remaining functional oil refineries in the country and is the most direct supply route to the capital, Tripoli. As of now, the rebels have captured the refinery. We are told there is a large amount of oil still left in the storage tanks. But the opposition fighters say for them, this is not about oil. It's about securing their homes and neighborhoods. Most of the town is shuttered, abandoned by frightened residents, but some families remain. This family is staying put, including the children, even though missiles and mortars are falling around their home.
A person feels unsafe and can't rest because of the Grad rockets. They hit us every night, but we are resisting by staying in our homes until liberty. But we do feel fear, especially for the children.
She and the rebel fighters are convinced the end of the Gaddafi regime is near, but most here agree. Trying to take control of nearby Tripoli will be one hell of a fight.
Sarah Seidner joins us now on the line from Zawiya, and we're told it's a phone line that's fragile. We'll apologize in advance. Sarah, where exactly are you? What's going on around you?
We're in the middle of the city now. This is further than we were able to get yesterday. There was really fierce fighting, and apparently, according to rebels we've talked to, NATO has come into the area. There were strikes overnight, and so the rebels now say they have pushed the government forces out of Zawiya. A very big, big deal, if that is in fact correct. We are trying to get 2 and 3 more confirmations of that. But what we're seeing ourselves is we've been able to get into the city center. We see extreme damage to, for example, an administration building. We see huge holes from artillery fire, perhaps some from shelling, and certainly, for example, we're looking at
Okay, we've apparently lost Sarah Seidner with the rebels in Zawiya. Let's go live to Matthew Chance in the capital, Tripoli. Matthew, we're hearing that Muammar Gaddafi may be preparing to make a last stand, maybe sending his family out of the country. What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Well, these are rumours that have been circulating, obviously, and we've been hearing them also. But those rumours have not been confirmed. In fact, they've been denied by the Gaddafi officials that we've been given access to here in our hotel in the centre of Tripoli. They're saying, as Colonel Gaddafi has said multiple times in his speeches over recent days to his crowds of supporters that gather of an evening in the centre of Tripoli, in the central square, that the preparations are underway to resist. He's told the residents of Tripoli to be ready, and he's indicated and said many times that he will not flee the country and he will stand and fight with his supporters and, if necessary, to defend Tripoli against the rebels, the rats, as he calls them, Jonathan.
Matthew Chance, live for us in Tripoli. Thanks very much. Looking to another uprising now unfolding in a very different way.